What's good, y'all? It's your boy JT, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about my absolute favorite trading strategy, which is trading the opening bell. And as the title of this video says, this is a strategy that's going to allow you to have a 30-minute workday, 20-minute, 10-minute. I've had 5-minute workdays using this strategy. Now, trading at the opening bell can be tricky, and a lot of traders will tell you not to do this because at the opening bell, yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy JT. I'm making another video, and today we're going to be talking about my absolute favorite trading strategy, which is trading the opening bell. And as the title of this video says, this is a strategy that's going to allow you to have a 30-minute workday, can be 20-minute, 10-minute. I've had 5-minute workdays using this strategy. And in my opinion, that is the ideal way to trade because for me, I never wanted to be the trader that sits in front of the screen for 6, 7, 8 hours a day looking at charts because the way I see it, if I'm in front of a desk looking at a computer screen for 8 hours a day, I might as well be working a 9 to 5 job, right? So my goal with trading was not only to have more money, but also to have more time. So that's why I say, those 10, 15, 20-minute work days are the ideal way to trade. Now, a lot of traders and maybe some trading gurus you've seen don't recommend trading at the opening bell because they say things like, it can be tricky because in those first few minutes, no candlesticks have really formed. There's no patterns, levels aren't set, all that stuff. And, it makes sense when they say that. And I get why they say that. But using this strategy is the best way to trade at the opening bell, right? Because like they say, a lot of retail traders will tell you, don't trade within the first 15 minutes or 30 minutes, wait till 9:45, 10 o'clock. And the reason they say that is because of those examples I gave earlier. Candlesticks haven't formed yet. You got to give the market a little bit of time. You got to let some levels get set. And that's what retail traders do. But a lot of the big money traders, the institutions, the hedge funds, the billionaires, the people who have access to tens and millions, billions of dollars, I call them big money. That's what you'll hear me refer to them as, big money, but it's all the same thing. It's the whales. A lot of times they actually end up deploying millions and millions of dollars right there at the open. So a retail is sitting around waiting until 9:45, 10 a.m. Big money has already moved millions and millions, tens of millions across the market in different trades, right? And the reason they jump in trades right there at open is because they don't care about patterns forming. They don't care about news coming out. They don't care about anything. They just have some kind of information that allows them to be confident enough to risk tens of millions of dollars as soon as the market opens. They say, I just want to get in this trade. Now, I don't care how much money you have. Nobody's just going to throw away $10 million as soon as the market opens. So for you to even risk that type of capital, that shows that you have some kind of conviction that a strong move is going to be coming, right? So with that being said, y'all might be wondering, well, how do I even know what they're doing? Like, okay, I get they're spending millions because they know things. I don't know how to even find their trades. So how does that information help me? And that's why I created a tool for y'all called Capital Flow. So some of my long-term subscribers already know what Capital Flow is, but if you don't, it is my personal options flow service, which means it's actually tracking those trades from the big money traders. It's showing you what they're buying, when they're buying it, and how much money they're spending on it. So you'll be able to actually see in real time when they're spending these millions of dollars as soon as the market opens, and you'll be able to make those same moves as them, right? So this is a trade that I took on Wednesday. So today is Saturday while I'm recording this video. So this is from a few days ago on Wednesday. And I made a short form video on this, and it did well. So I know I had to come back and make that long form. But basically, I took a Tesla trade, made a little over $1,100 on it in profit. And the reason why I wanted to take this trade is because I was using Capital Flow. And one of the really cool features is that you can search any stock, any ticker on the market, and you will immediately be able to see what the top bot contracts for that ticker are. So you'll be able to see what contracts have had the most amount of money go into them for that day at that time, because the top bot contracts are going to change. Whatever the top bot contract is at 9:35 will probably be different than it is at 12 or than it is at 3:45, right? So I like to check the opening bell top contract for some of my favorite stocks to trade, Tesla being one of them. So this is a screenshot from Wednesday. This is at 9:38. You can see the date and time at the bottom, and it's showing me the top bot contracts on Tesla for Wednesday as of 9:38 a.m. You can see that are all calls for one. Not only are they all calls, but the expirations are all weekly expirations at 9/6. That was actually yesterday, Friday. So they're all short-term weekly expirations, all bullish. and you can see the total amount of money that's gone into each of them. Total is a little over $5 million. So the market has only been open for 8 minutes, and there's already $5 million going in this short term, same week Tesla call. So that lets me know that Tesla's probably going to make one of those aggressive upside moves at the open. You can see that's exactly what it did. Now, at the time of the screenshot, I actually checked a little bit before. I didn't screenshot until 9:38, but really I checked it about 9:35. So 9:35, that's this candle right here. So what I saw on the chart was that Tesla was breaking above my pivot point. This is P, that level at 213.38. So when I see flow, as I also look for a break of a support or resistance level, because when you see that opening bell flow, you expect the move to be quick, to be aggressive. Those aren't moves that are typically going to play out. You're going to have to wait 3-4 hours. They typically don't take a lot of patience, which is, goes back into that short work that I was talking about. Because when they say I want to get in as fast as possible, that means a fast move is going to be coming in the near future. So I saw at 9:35, right, that there were millions coming in, and I see that it's breaking above this pivot point that I have. Real quick, I just use pivot point. If you go to on TradingView, you can just type in pivot point. I keep all of the settings pretty much default. Very underrated intraday support and resistance levels that I recommend for day traders, by the way. But anyway, once I saw it break above this pivot point and kind of retest it, I knew that it could move up to the next pivot point. And so I got in right in here, right? I got in my calls. I got in, I believe, 220 calls, I think. I'll post a screenshot, but it should be 220 calls. Anyway, I wanted to play it up to the next pivot. So it made a quick move. It's there. Like I said, it's not going to take a long time to play out. So the next pivot was R1 right there at about 217. So I was able to take most of my profits here. I stayed in some runners because it stayed above my 8-day EMA, this gray moving average that you see, this gray line. So this was carrying it all the way up, kind of going into the afternoon, right up into the afternoon. And what you'll typically notice with the opening bell flow is that's pretty much going to set the tone for the morning session. Sometimes it sets the tone for the entire trading day. That opening bell flow is bullish at open. The stock is going to be bullish the entire day. Um, it'll might end the day at the high of day. Tesla was definitely bullish all day. It did pull back a little going into the close. So, but typically you'll see that set the tone for at least the morning session. And like I said, sometimes all day. But regardless, just getting in at 9:35 and holding it for the next 15 minutes, you could have made a great amount of money just on that move. That's a quick move, an aggressive move. You play it from the pivot to pivot. You play it from level to level. That's a 15-minute trade. And, depending on how you size, you can make thousands of dollars on that move, right? Now, some of the times that opening bell flow can easily lead to 100% plays, 200, 300% plus plays. If you continue to hold it for a little bit more time, it'll take more time to reach there, obviously. But, we're talking about 20-minute workday. So, this could have been a 15, 20-minute trade for you guys right here, just off that opening bell flow. Now, another thing I want to talk about is not just the opening bell flow, but the closing bell flow from the previous day, because that's going to kind of work similarly to how the opening bell flow works and will still allow you to have that short work day. So for that, I'm going to actually log into Capital Flow for you guys and show you a trade that I took yesterday on Coinbase Coin. So I was watching Coin the previous day. So search Coin. These are the filters I had. So I searched Coin, set my expiration to weeklies, and I had my minimum premium at $100,000. So what that does is anytime somebody spends $100,000 or more on a Coinbase trade that expires this week, I get to see it come in here in real time. So there's a few columns. I'm not going to go over everything on this Capital Flow site because the full tutorials, again, are going to be in the description. Definitely check those out if you guys are unfamiliar with how the site works. But just for the sake of this video, I'm going to talk about what I did. So, you can see a few things here, like we got the column, I'm looking at coin. You can see the contracts. 170, the P is for put. If it was a call, it would be C. But regardless, just the color alone lets you know red is puts, calls is green. And the premium is how much money went into that trade, right? So yesterday was 9/6, which again was Friday. Today is the 7th on Saturday. So 9/6 was the day I took the trade. But looking at the flow from the previous day, 9/5, we're talking about the closing bell flow. I really just mean kind of the last hour of the day. So between 3 to 4. That's typically going to be folks setting up for the next trading session, right? Especially when you see weeklies like this. So anyway, the previous day, 9/5. This is 3:06, so a few minutes after 3, when the last hour of the trading day. First off, you probably noticed this as I was scrolling, all of the contracts are red. So literally every weekly trade that was bought on coin after 3 p.m. as of 9/5, where someone spent over $100,000, it was puts. It was bearish. This is all puts. There's 300K here, 240. All right, another 300. Someone even spent 2.4 million here. So I mean, between the I'm speaking as if it's Friday. So between that afternoon and Friday morning, there was actually over $1 billion spent on Coinbase puts that expire that week and really that day, because you got to think 9/6 is the expiration. And this was 9/5, so the next day. So over $1 billion spent on puts that are about to expire in one day is super aggressive. Now, when you see that, what do you guys think the stock is going to do? If there's over $1 billion going into puts when they're right about to expire, what do you think the stock is going to do? It's going to do what Coin did yesterday, which is go straight down for the entire day, right? This is one of those plays where if you're following put flow, you can't lose, because you literally could have bought puts at any point in the day and made some money. But just talking about the opening bell flow, quick work days, you can see that closing bell flow, right? Previous day, which will kind of work the same. And you could have gotten puts at the open. You could have held for 20, 30, 20, 30 minutes and made good money. I got into some 155 puts yesterday. I think they got as high as 700% return. Now, full transparency, I didn't hold that long. I didn't make the full 700%. I think I got out like on this candle when it started to bounce off of this pivot. Turns out all it did was bounce back up, which and turned this into resistance before moving lower. But I made over 200% on this one, guys. And that's really the strategy. Like, it can be that simple. When you see that opening bell flow, that's going to let you know. Think about it. And even the closing bell flow for the previous day, these people have the conviction to spend tens, millions, hundreds of millions, billions of dollars on trades, either right before the market closes or as soon as the market opens. And you might not have that kind of money, but you can have enough conviction to follow that with $100, $1,000, $10,000, whatever you do have, whatever you are comfortable with. And like I've shown you, you can still make great money in short amount of time, which, like I said, is my ideal way to trade. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. And I hope this video opens up you guys' eyes to the value of options flow, using options flow as a trading tool, and just being able to make quick money, right there at the open, get in, get out. So, like I said, I'm gonna put the link to the main tutorial videos in Capital Flow. I'm also gonna put the link to our homepage, which is capitalflow.app. So it does cost to get this tool. I'm not promoting this for somebody else. I'm not an affiliate. Like I said, this is something I started. I use it every day though. I didn't just create this to sell to you guys, hey, buy this tool. I use this for my trading. I use this to make money for myself. So I know it works, which is why I give it to you guys. Like I said, it does cost, but it is super affordable. Now, at the time I'm making this video, Capital Flow currently costs $35 a month. We're running a promo, first month 50% off. So it's only $17.50 to get started, right? And even after that, only 35. It's basically $1 per day to see where billions are going across the market. So it pays for itself. You know what I mean? Um, so again, the link to the site will be in the description, as well as the full tutorial videos for some of you guys that are unfamiliar with the site. But if you guys have been following me for a long time, you've seen me build this over the past 2 years. You've seen the updates. You've seen the features. I'm about to get off this video and go work on a new batch of updates we're about to release before the trading week starts next week. So again, hope this video has been super helpful for you guys. Thanks for watching. Till next time.